Hello, students! Today we are going to talk about the metric system. How do we measure things? How much does Brutus weigh? It could be a contest right now. I want you to submit your entry and guessing the weight of Brutus. How much does Brutus weigh? Going to get his weight in grams. So we are going to use a metric system. So we're not looking at pounds, not looking at ounces, we're looking at grams. How much does this dude weigh in grams? Okay. When we use a metric system is really easy to use because it's based in units of 10. And if we want to go from a larger unit to a smaller unit or a smaller to a larger, we just really multiply or divide by 10. That's all. Now, all of the units are based on the base unit. Well, if it's length, that is the meter, which is a little over 3 feet, 3.2 feet. Gram is the measurement of mass. And a liter is the measurement in volume. We use this latter method to convert from one unit to another in the metric system. And it's really just about dividing or multiplying by 10, or if you're working the decimal, moving the decimal from to the left or to the right. So if you're starting with a smaller unit and you're going to go to a large unit, you'll move the decimal to the left. Left, large, going large. If you're going large, you're moving the decimal to the left. Or you would divide. Okay, so left, large. If you are going to a smaller unit, you're starting with something big, but you're going smaller, you go to the right. Okay, so to the right, or you multiply. If we look at the ladder method, the first thing we do is we want to figure out where are we starting from. So if I ask you how many millimeters are in a kilometer. Let's say I have 1 kilometer and I want to figure out how many millimeters is that. So I first look at this ladder, figure out where am I? I'm starting with kilometers, so I have to find out where I am. So the first step in using the ladder method is to locate your starting point, your starting position, and in this case, it's over here. The second step you're going to take, second part of using the ladder method, is you want to figure out where you're going, and then what direction you're going, and how many decimal places you're going to move. Okay. So if I start here, and I'm going here, so I'm really going from one end to the other here. Okay, so I start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 steps down to the right. I'm moving the decimal to the right. 6 places, 6 steps to the right. So 1 is the same as 1.0. Same number. 1 kilometer, same as 1.0 kilometers. Now, I am going to take this decimal and move it to the right, 6 spaces. So, we go 1. Now add zeros here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my answer then, the basic unit is either grams if I'm measuring mass, liters if I'm measuring volume, meters if I'm measuring length. That's the basic unit. If you're going to look at a tenth of that, we use the prefix deci. So decimeter, deciliter, decigram. That's a tenth of a gram, liter, meter. Centi is 1/100th of a gram, meter, or liter. Centi, 1/100th. Milli is 1,000th of the meter, gram, or liter. Micro is a 1/millionth. And nano would be 1/billionth of a meter, liter, or gram. So these prefixes would be important to know. Just, it makes it easier when you have to convert in the metric system. So that is going smaller. Now, if I want to go larger, deca is 10. Think of decade. 10 years is decade. So a decaliter is 10 liters. Decagram is 10 grams. Hecto is 100. So a hectoliter is 100 liters, for example. A kilo is 1,000. So a kilometer is 1,000 meters. Mega is the next one up. So you're probably familiar with this. Megabytes, kilobytes. Mega is 1,000,000. So a megagram has 1,000,000 grams. Giga is 1 billion. So a gigabyte has 1 billion bytes. Megabyte has 1,000,000 bytes. Kilobyte, 1,000 bytes. And just to go from one to another, it's just as simple as multiplying or dividing by 10 or moving the decimal point, however many steps you go. It's interesting though, we still use feet and hands. They actually use hands to measure horses, the height of a horse. So a hand would measure this way is considered 4 inches to be 4 inches. So they measure the height of a horse up to the withers using hands. Measure from the shoulder, top point of the shoulder. You're going to practice right now. If you check the YouTube description, there are conversions you're going to have to make in the metric system. So I want you to practice with it.